What's up, music lovers? Welcome back to the channel. It's Gian Solo, and today I'm diving into a topic that's sure to spark some debate. Apple's picks for the 100 greatest albums of all time. I can already see your gears running. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, there's a lot to unpack here. So, let's get started. Apple recently released their highly anticipated list of the top 100 albums of all time. This list is a mix of genres, eras, and artists, which makes it a seriously fascinating snapshot of music history. But, do these albums really deserve their spots? Let's walk through it and see if Apple got it right. To get things started, let me just say, analyzing the list of 100 albums is virtual insanity. My brain had and is having a hard time wrapping itself around all of the records, and although I have heard 89% of these records, it's really hard to comprehend the whole thing, especially since I have my own list of records that I love that didn't make the cut. Let's be honest, even if I did hear 89% of these records, the time I heard them, the moment in my life at that time, what I was doing at that time, all these years of not hearing it, and all of these other factors would have to truly amalgamate into some form of music zen for me to truly grasp the list. It's insane. It's truly hard to make sense of it all. Seriously. Now that I've got that disclaimer out of the way, there is one thing I know about this list that's completely wrong, and it's at who's at the top of the list. Lauryn Hill with Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Apple, stop it. You got this one wrong. Plain and simple, Michael Jackson's Thriller should be number one. Hands down, no contest, no discussions. I don't know who was on the panel that voted Miseducation of Lauryn Hill for number one, but you all got that wrong. Absolutely wrong. If it were me, and again, in my own opinion, I'm not even sure Lauryn Hill would crack the top 100 because I would have Fugees' The Score in the top 100 before Miseducation. This does not invalidate the list, but I seriously think it's just complete disrespect. It's Michael Jackson, for fuck's sake. And whoever voted the number one and number two, again, you need to seriously take another listen because Thriller is number one. And now that I've got that off my chest, let's talk about the classics from the 60s and 70s. We've got legendary albums from the Beatles, Bob Dylan, and Led Zeppelin, and more. These albums have not only shaped the music industry, but have also influenced countless artists and bands. For example, the Beatles' Abbey Road is considered a groundbreaking work. Fleetwood Mac's Rumors is an absolute masterpiece. Joni Mitchell's Blue is life-affirming. Nina Simone's I Put a Spell on You is absolutely mesmerizing, and Led Zeppelin 2 changed rock and roll as we know it. Do these classics still hold up today? Absolutely. But let's see how they stack up against the rest. Before moving on to the 2000s and beyond, we've got my most favorite eras, the 80s and the 90s. Apple, you got a lot of these absolutely right. Tupac's All Eyes on Me is a soundtrack to life. Madonna's Like a Prayer is arguably one of the best pop albums ever. Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, that's in my top 10. Dr. Dre's The Chronic is my whole high school. Prince's Purple Rain is rightfully in the top number 4 spot. Radiohead's OK Computer, just majestic. Wu-Tang's 36 Chambers, that's absolutely special. Metallica's Master of Puppets, it's probably the best metal record ever. Rage Against the Machine still bangs hard today and rings true. AC/DC's Back in Black, flawless, and Nirvana's Nevermind and Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill is pretty much all of the 90s put together. These inclusions of these albums onto the list is quantifiably legit. Good job, Apple. Now let's fast forward to the 2000s and beyond. We see artists like Beyonce with Lemonade, Kendrick Lamar with Good Kid, Mad City, and Taylor Swift with 1989, Taylor's version, and more. These albums reflect the evolution of music in terms of production, lyrical content, and cultural impact. Beyoncé really started to break the mold with Lemonade. Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City is an absolute game-changing classic that I still find myself trying to rap along to after all these years. Usher's Confession is just a love language. Daft Punk's Discovery is mind-blowing. And I think we all know how much Taylor Swift has influenced pop country with her hit. Are they on the same level as the classics? I'd say they bring something fresh and equally valuable to the table. Now, for some albums they included and some omissions. There are some surprising choices on this list and even more surprising omissions, really. For example, where is Red Hot Chili Peppers' Californication? Sam's Town by The Killers? Rust in Peace by Megadeth, Black Sabbath's Paranoid, System of a Down Toxicity, TLC Crazy Sexy Cool, Dookie by Green Day, Pearl Jam 10, Soundgarden Super Unknown, Alice in Chains Dirt. There's definitely a few that were missed, but I get it. It's top 100, right? You gotta come up with 100. Now, why did Solange's A Seat at the Table and Burial in Robin make it? I'm not so sure. To me, those are head scratchers right there, and no disrespect to those artists and their hard work and their albums. Also, why did they choose Led Zeppelin 2 instead of 4? Why Lana Del Rey's Norman fucking Rockwell instead of Born to Die? Why Drake's Take Care instead of Nothing Was the Same? Why Madonna's Like a Prayer and not the Immaculate Collection? And then I've just got some general questions as to maybe why is Janet Jackson's Control not at the top? And also, why is Bob Marley's Exodus not top 20? It's really interesting to see how Apple put this list together. Again, I don't know who was on the panel, but I guess good job, but you did miss a few things. At least I think. If you haven't noticed, I do have some personal favorites that did make it on this list. AC/DC, Back in Black, Amy Winehouse, Metallica's Master of Puppets, Jimi Hendrix, Oasis, Rage Against the Machine, Prince's Purple Rain, Michael Jackson's Thriller, of course, should be number 1, Madonna, Guns N' Roses, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Daft Punk's Discovery, Dr. Dre, and Tupac's All Eyes on Me. These albums are not just musically great, but they have had an actual significant cultural impact and have shifted the way we listen and experience music. There's a reason why these albums have made it onto numerous top lists, including this one. But now, let's turn it over to you. What about you? Do you agree with these picks? Let me know your favorites in the comments. Okay, so overall, Apple's list, it's a fascinating look at music history, but it's definitely not without its flaws. It's a great conversation starter and a way to revisit some amazing music, but it's important to remember that everyone's top 100 will be different. What do you think? Did Apple get it right or did they miss the mark? Drop your thoughts below and let's get the conversation going. Well, alright music lovers, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future deep dives into music history. Until next time, keep listening and exploring. See you soon.